What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter von Panda here. I want to share my initial thoughts of my new iPhone 11 Pro Max. So I got my new iPhone 11 Pro Max, the one with all the crazy cameras, and I've been using it a few days, and I want to say that I really do like it, but it's a little underwhelming in some ways. But some of the features have actually blown my mind, and I want to share those with you. So first of all, one of the things that you'll notice is that over my iPhone 10s Max, it really doesn't feel that much different. I know Face ID is faster and the screen is better and all of that, but it really has kind of that same experience. And so nothing that you're doing on a day-to-day basis, kind of all the normal stuff, feels, any different really. But it's really the cameras, which obviously are the obvious piece on the outside that got changed, where I really am really impressed. And as someone who shoots a bunch of video for work and pleasure and home videos and stuff like that, I really love the fact that now we have the normal lens, the wide lens, the ultra wide angle, as well as the telephoto. But the other thing I want to show you is the night mode, which blows my mind. It is like witchcraft. So first of all, let me just show you what I really love about having a couple of those different camera lenses. All right, so I want to just go in my bathroom here and show you the difference between these cameras. So it's a nice little small room. And normally when I'm showing you hotel rooms and things like this is what I'm doing on the 1X camera lens. And so that's a quick look at it the way I would normally show you. Now I have it set on the ultra wide lens, and you can see we're getting a lot more in the picture. And it's not like fisheye because there's nothing round, but it must be distorting the edges a little bit here. So you can see a whole lot more, the floor and the wall. And again, I'm kind of just spinning around like I normally would. You can kind of see how it distorts a little bit, but man, you get so much more into the picture, so you can feel what it's like to be in the room, more so than that kind of smaller framed image that you normally get when I'm shooting. So it's kind of nice because you get to see a lot more of the space, especially in the small space. It's kind of like the lens that realtors use to make rooms look really big when they are listing places for sale, but pretty cool, pretty big difference. All right, so one of the tests that I want to show you here is coming into my living room. You can see those little white lights over under my TV. One is my TCL TV light, and then one is the Google Wi-Fi mesh, and then the other one is the power light. And you can't see much in here. I can kind of wave my hand really close to the camera. So let's take a photo of this room in these conditions. So when you go into night mode, it tells you how long it's going to take. And in my case, it took 3 seconds, and it says hold still. I didn't have this on a tripod or anything. I'm just holding it in my hand, and my mind is blown. This is what I'm saying. It makes it look like I have a backlight on in the room. Now, there's a little bit of graininess, and the picture is a little bit fuzzy, but I don't know how it took this picture. Like, I'm baffled. It's wizardry or something. I feel like it's shooting out infrared light and capturing it and creating this picture, because there just wasn't enough light to compile this even over 3 seconds. So I'm really impressed by this. But let me show you another example. All right, now I'm walking down my hall here to the bathroom. You can actually see the neighbor's light through the little window there. And again, here's my hand in front of the camera. I can't see much. There is a little night light here that's illuminating the sink right here. So I'm just gonna hold it here and take a photo in night mode here and see what it looks like. So, dude, you can't tell me you're not impressed. Again, it looks like there is quite a bit of light. And I do agree with Apple's assessment that it doesn't really take away from the moment, kind of the essence, that it's a night shot or a dark shot. It doesn't look like this is just like super saturated and the brightness and the brilliance is turned up. It really looks like this is still at night. You can see the shadows there. I just don't understand how they get there, but this was almost pitch black. So let's try one more example. All right, guys, walking outside here, you can see some of the house lights on my pathway here, but otherwise it is completely dark. So I'm just going to stop here and take another night mode photo. I probably don't have to say it again, mind blown. This one is just in the front yard. And so there are some lights, and so that's lighting up some areas, and I think that helps. But you can even see my shadow on the lawn from a little patio light, or those little walkway lights that are behind me, which just aren't really creating much light even around them. So just really, really awesome. And I thought I would take it to the extreme. I wanted to go in the back where we don't have any street lights and try that out too. All right, guys, I'm out here in my backyard and it is really dark. I mean, I'm actually kind of, I was walking a little slowly there because I know there's some branches right around my head and I didn't want to bang anything. So I'm going to go ahead and take another night mode photo. Now, I think some of those inside the house shots were very extreme, but this one was probably pushing this camera to the limits. First of all, I had nothing in front of me, for 40, 50 yards. So those trees are kind of out there. There was no lights in the back, no back spotlights or floodlights on. I didn't have any kind of ambient light leaking out of the house, and you can see that it took this picture. In fact, it illuminates the sky. Obviously, this is pretty grainy, but man, this was the most extreme of these tests. I could not see my hand in front of me, and that is how dark it was. So it is a pretty dark sky. There's no moon. It's just the stars out tonight. So I am really impressed. I really think the cameras were the big feature for the iPhones, and they certainly did not let me down. So far, far better than the cameras I had on the last one, and it really makes this phone more usable, and in many ways replaces any other standalone camera I had, or at least the apparent need to have them. So really impressed. If you want to pick up an iPhone 11 Pro, I would highly recommend it, and I'll put links to it in the description below. Peter Von Panda, out.